you just saw Zuniga make
Yeah,
a
my
mistake.
bad.
We lost
I mean,
almost.
it's not like he lunged at it, which is not smart, but like he lunged at it because tactically, like, the back four was a shambles there. The ball came right in between the right back and the right center back.
Well, yeah, but was that bad from the right back? Shouldn't he have just like, okay, not the pass I'm saying, but the positioning there?
Yeah, well,
Both.
there's like, I can go back to that clip from that goal kick and show you probably 15 things that were bad. I mean, but yeah, it was awful from him.
And that's where he scores the right there, bad one. And it's still Zuniga. That's the 22.
That's still Zuniga. I think Ethan comes out before.
That's still Zuniga. Dude, sub is bitch ass.
Just go to the sunny word.
Oh, it's the water break I subbed him, that's what it was. Fuck, I waited so long to sub him after that. Alright, so Eddie's now the right back.
So Eddie's the right back, and then
Jackson's left and Caleb's defensive. Yep, 6. Where's Caleb?
And
That's more of a pen than the other one. He didn't even give him everything on shoots, no fucking anything.
he does the chip shot. I think he won't play the.
That's for Mitchell. Oh, Caleb needs to step up to that pocket. Yeah.
Neil's so zoomed in. Weird, it's usually not that zoomed in.
Man, dude, can you hurry up? I think it might have something to do with the height. We don't always put it like the highest you can.
You know,
That
yeah,
might be.
you're trying to put it to the sky. That's the other thing I like about Trace, it's like 4 feet
That's
short.
still Zuniga? Dude, what am I doing? Why have I not something else? Still Zuniga. Still Zuniga.
Oh my god, Eddie, when did you come in? Did you come in at half?
No, I didn't.
Just start the second half then. He played second half.
No, I think this is it. Because Ian's in.
Oh, you got upset because Ian was,
Zuniga again.
Oh my
Zuniga.
gosh. We need to sub him.
I do.
I know, I just wanted to say it.
There he is. There's Eddie. Woo, we found Eddie.
Eddie.
Hey man, you only got 15 minutes and a half. I'm sorry.
That's Eddie, and then that.
That's because he was hurt.
This is Eddie here.
Alright. That's Eddie on the ball. You keep going at Eddie, you fucked up.
Huh?
You fucked up. You gave me
No,
shit.
I'm going like
Yeah, he
this.
said sorry.
I saw this. Yeah, so Caleb's the defensive mid, Jackson's now left back. He'll still left back, and Eddie's now right back.
Did Jackson play?
If you know, they would have kept running. That's a
No, they was running the line.
No, like if he would.
That's
That's
Caleb.
That was Caleb.
Jackson's the left back. And Eddie's the right back.
Jackson's here, not wide enough.
Go back.
Go back.
Alright. Yeah, go back a little bit more. There you go. Okay. So you wanted to know about rotations, right? And spacing and movement, things like that. So the ball's gonna come over here to Eddie, Jackson. And then you're gonna check in here, try and get on the half turn. And I don't know what you're gonna do next, but I'm assuming you're trying to open up the play, right? Okay, so let's watch. Is it there? So why are you going here?
Just sit in the pocket pretty much. Easy there.
What?
Should I just like stay there in the pocket?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So now that you can see it here, like the space is easy for you to see, right? So where would you go from here?
I don't know.
Like okay, you don't know. Okay, so I wouldn't even say here because some people are like, oh, I should be like right here. It's like no, you should be like here. Like get away from this guy. Get away from this guy. The 3 immediate people around you. There's this guy, and this guy. So like they're not all right there, but those are the 3 that would be the closest to you, right? So then get right in, like away from all of them, like the perfect distance away from all of them. So like when the ball, but here's the thing, and it takes time. Like, but when I get a 6, it's the same all the time. And I don't know if they're just trained this way. I think maybe just humans are weird, so we do weird things. And once we're shown, you don't know what you don't know, right? You have no idea what you don't know. That's self-evident. So you don't know that like I should be doing something different, but what ends up happening a lot of times, like if this ball's going across the back four, if the ball goes over there, like the midfield, like you see the whole team, you'll see it. The whole team starts traveling over there. And then the ball goes back and the whole team starts traveling over here. And the question is why?
Yeah, while chasing the ball.
Yeah, like we don't have a good reason for that, you know? It's like there's not a good way to answer that question. So what I tell our sixes, and you got to be careful because you don't want to get caught out of position if your team loses the ball. But what I tell our sixes is when the ball's traveling here, you should be traveling here. So instead of like this, it should be like that. Now you got to be careful because if you overdo it and you get way out here and he screws up and loses the ball, well now coach is going to be pissed because like yeah you're not going to get back for transition, right? Like even if you're on a full sprint, if they're good, they're gone. So basically split the difference. Like I said, maybe you're here. So now you're away from the defenders. You're going to change the game if the ball comes here because what's white doing when the ball shifts that way? They're all going that way too. So now I'm going to have all the space out here and I'm going to be able to affect the game. And also, if he for some reason messes up or this guy closes him down and steals it, takes too many touches, whatever it is, like this is a much less, like you can make this recovery run. It's realistic to make that recovery run. So try and think from now on, like to travel the opposite way of the ball. We play with two. We play with 2 sixes. So what ends up happening a lot of times is there'll be like this guy that's trying to get me here in between the lines,
Yep.
and then the other guy that's peeling off back here, and now we've got balance. So then, but you know, sometimes people are playing with 1 6, 1 8, and then 1 10, but it could be the same thing. Like your 8 could be coming over here, and then your 6, let's pretend he's here, could be coming out here. But yeah, just that's probably too much. But try and think of doing this rather than that.
I think I told Derek. This fucking kid.
Is he winger?
What is Derek always about?
He played fucking good.
He was atrocious, I think. So you moved into a guild after?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're still not in it.
Yeah.
Like it's out here because this guy closed you down, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're out here, he might try and come get you. He's not going to get you. None of them are going to get you.
Create some more time for you on the ball. That way you can play better passes. Pass you just gave Ian. Hard to deal with. Now Ian should have known a lot better. So should Eddie. That's the pass I told you not to do. I told you not to step to that guy because they're going to play it over your head.
I didn't step, I started jumping.
They still play it over your head.
I know, but I dropped it in.
Well, to be fair, there was no midfield presence there. Hey, okay.
Look at that pass, coach.
Actually, it's the ball. Derek should have done better.
Still on the floor.
Yeah, again, no Derek. That's a different story. That's Abraham divided by that.
Get in the habit of, like when you do something, like organizing everything that's behind you. Go back. Like when you give this ball, freeze it. Like instead of hanging out, like you should be organizing everything behind you. So like what would organizing everything behind you look like in this scenario of you giving the ball to him and him going forward?
Like, tell my center backs to come forward.
Yeah, like all of you guys squeezing up, right, and getting into a position so that you can dominate this team. But don't switch off, especially if you're a 6. Like you can't, like it's really important that you don't switch off.
Derek finally able to put the transition. Jackson.
Rashad, should Rashad be all the way to the right guy?
Oh yeah, split it. Alright, that kid would follow Rashad all the way up here. And you have so much hot in space here for motivated that you can play into him. Playing through the lines, through the bounce, on the bounce. Exactly what we worked on. And the split, then you can't do it.
See, that's a case where like, if you guys are proactive and you're squeezing everything, like, you know, the ball goes all the way to their 18 and you still got, you guys are like hanging out.
I got some
Back here.
center backs.
Where's the, well, yeah,
The six, my captain.
Jackson was back there too.
Yeah. He really doesn't open his mouth. Christian John, I'm opening my mouth.
Go back. Jackson, that was you that stepped to the ball there?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you gotta do some organizing here. Like, it's good that you're tucked in and connected. The guy that was trailing him, like, you should have been in his behind. Like, that guy's gotta come back and deal with that.
Really
Even if you're tucked in,
international.
like, that's who should be getting that guy. We gotta let him know. Oh, you gotta get stuck in, Eddie.
Jackson.
Oh, goal side, ball side, right? So then you're always gonna be first. Your goal side, ball side, you're always gonna be first.
Eddie, you already said about being stuck in, right? You know what that actually means?
What you saw my guys do to each other today, try and kill each other, yeah, and take the ball. Like you came in there and were like, woo! You gotta get in there and go through that guy and take the ball first. It's usually not a foul. Take the guy first and then get the ball, it's gonna be a foul. Take the ball first and then the guy's probably not gonna be a foul. And youth soccer, it might be, but
That's the problem.
yeah, I understand. Probably should be starting over there at the left back, it's unfortunate.
Can you go back, Coach?
Jackson.
I have a question.
Demand the ball off people. Like, I can tell you're not saying anything, and I'm not there. Like, give me the ball, now, quick.
Can you go back for a
I'm
second?
waiting for him to be done. Where, Kill?
When they have the ball here, so can you stop it right there? So should I, do you see me? I'm like in the middle right there.
Yeah.
Should I stay where I am and just try to sit like around there to defend the space?
I
Or should
would
I step
definitely
back?
hold your ground.
You would? Okay.
Yeah, because you got two guys behind you, who's gonna deal with them?
I was gonna say you have a bigger problem, your right wing, which is similar to what Jarrell does, he doesn't go back. Ian should be back.
Well, you also, this is Abraham here, this is Rashad. This is your right center mid. This is your right center mid. He's not here to deal with their left center mid.
That too.
So if he's gonna take this spot, you have to cover his.
Yeah.
I think that anytime you're playing in a defensive position, so whether that's holding mid, left back, center back, goalkeeper, whatever, like organization is half the battle. And like, you can be organized, like you can be in the right position. It's a team game, so this isn't golf. So you gotta get the people around you organized. You know, so like the guy that's in front of you there that you're about to go cover for, like you just gotta tell him right shoulder.
Yeah.
You know? And then you gotta stay home because you got two other people that you're gonna have to deal with here, and then pray to God that your other friends are gonna come back and recover.
Eddie, should you be looking like this?
No.
So why are you doing it? This is your guy right here. This is him, because I can tell because he has that brace on. But if he runs behind you, how are you gonna know? How you gonna know? Come on, Eddie. Should be halftime, not
What? About,
Keep
we
drifting.
don't have it on video.
Our
okay.
transition.
You gotta ask Steve for more, so I don't care, I'm fine with that.
No, yeah,
Like,
should have
like,
finished the ball.
keep it drift, open up and drift.
But if he doesn't run, why are you gonna play him the ball? I know you've heard the phrase, the run initiates the pass. If he doesn't run, then there is no pass. Eddie, wider. can see the ball's going to Caleb. You can see he's got no pressure.
Yeah, so the back.
Jackson, when you go get the ball, you need to be, was that you that threw it in or no? Yeah, like whenever you go get the ball, I used to do that all the time. When I used to go get the ball, I used to look and see like my options while I was getting it. And then when I would get it, I would confirm if the option that I saw was still on. Bang. You know? It's one of the biggest pieces of advice that I can give you guys. Just don't switch off. Like, you guys are playing a game right now where, like, if I drew a line of your attention span is there, it's gone. Then you pick it up again, it's gone. And then you pick it up again, and then it's gone. There it's gone, there it's gone. Like, it's this broken line where you guys are switched on and then you're off. When you switched on, you're off. Like, stay switched on.
Let's go 8-1-2. 18.
Stay switched on, stay switched on, stay switched on. Water break, stay switched on. Goal kick, stay switched on. Throw in, yellow card. Like right now, switch on and organize. ASAP. Organize. Quick.
Our decision making was really bad. What the hell? I haven't seen this game since we lost.
I don't know why you didn't pass that. You could have just faked it.
Guys, it's football. Like, you're gonna make technical errors, you're gonna make some tactical errors. You're gonna make errors. Like, the question is, like, can you make the least amount of errors with the ball? The least amount of errors as possible. Like, that's really what you want. There's nobody that's gonna, at any level, there's nobody at any level that's not gonna make some amount of mistakes.
Kind of misses that, so yeah, it's too far.
Like, you just wanna limit the amount of it that's gonna happen. Sometimes your team's gonna play poorly, sometimes they're gonna make bad decisions, and sometimes they might do it for like 15, 20 minutes or a whole half. You know, you might play bad a whole half. Like, it happens. You know, a lot of this game is like switching back on and just gotta arrive earlier. And not let people turn. It's what we talked about earlier. But a lot of this game is how you're gonna react to things. That's football. How do you react? That was not you that threw that in, was it?
No, it was not. That was my center midfield.
Okay.
Who was it?
Abraham.
Oh.
You must have thrown it again.
That was a free kick.
How you react to things is like, that is football. People say that football builds character. Have you guys heard that before? Football builds
Yeah.
character? Like, I think that's a joke. Football reveals character.
Amen.
Like, I'm learning about you guys. It's not building crap. Like, but it's certainly revealing the character that you have or the lack thereof.
Shot again.
This is
Shot
where Ian
again.
just runs away.
Shot again.
Big touch.
That was better, Eddie.
Yeah, it was better.
Job again. Shit. Oh shit.
Were Rashad gonna fucking move, or is he literally just gonna sit on the circle?
I don't think
Hey,
Rashad
demand the ball. Like, I saw you asking. Like, don't ask.
Give me the fucking ball.
Something like that.
And now, Eddie. Forward.
That's more Richard. That's good. Get wide. High and wide. You guys, like, I'm telling you, man, like, why would you let your center back do that? Don't let them do stuff like that. It's stupid.
You just kick it.
Well, yeah, but I'm watching and nobody, like, who's demanding the ball? Like, you asked for it a couple times. Like, yo, you idiot, stop doing that. Give me the ball.
Captain.
I to be fair, I do call for it when I'm in the pocket.
But you don't demand it. And then when
Big
he does,
difference
because how
between
often does
calling for it and
Christian,
demanding it.
how often do Christian and Johan do that?
Never.
Never?
Let me give you a really recent example. So this morning I explained an activity and it didn't get done properly, did it?
No.
And then I explained it with a different level of intensity and a different tone of voice, and it got done like really well, right?
Yeah.
Like, why would that be different with anything else? Like, that's just how people are stupid, and they respond to, you know, being treated like crap because people are stupid. So, you know, maybe your teammates are dumb and they need to be treated like crap. Okay, we'll treat them that way until they can understand how to listen without you treating them that way. Bro, stop yelling at me. Okay, well, listen, I'll stop yelling at you. If I talk to you, will you listen? And they'll probably be like, no, screw you. Okay, well, there you go. That's why you suck.
I thought for sure it's gonna go out of foul.
Hide and hide, hide and wide, hide and wide, hide and wide.
I tried playing it one time, but I think that's a
Yeah, but
that's
see,
not
he's,
mistakes.
that's not the problem. Go back. The problem is freedom. Okay, that's fine. The problem's gonna be is that this guy is close to you and can close you down because you're not here. Like, you shouldn't be here. It's just tucked in there. Like, right now, you should be, like, I can't even see the line in the screen. Finally, there it is. It's all the way down here. Like, you should be out here. How far of a distance do you think this is, roughly, in yards? Just guess.
3, 4.
We're solid.
This is 3, maybe maybe 7, 8 to 10 yards, roughly.
You could have.
How far you think that is? Definitely double,
50, 20.
right? So then, let's watch the clip, see how much time you had. 1, 2. So, okay, so by second 3, he was gonna be there, right? Now multiply that. So you would have had 6 seconds before he got there. You would have been able to take a touch, and then deliver a good pass into where you wanted to go.
The thing is, so the guy, he's inside, right?
What guy? This guy?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
at the start he was inside.
Yeah.
And then basically like, it was we won the ball,
Mm-hmm.
and then they played it back. I was like in my spot, but
Yep.
the thing is, how am I supposed to get there so fast? Like, cause I'm in my position, but then they pass
I
it back
understand.
fast.
Let's talk about transition. Go back.
See, like right there.
Keep going.
Back one?
Yeah. So that's good. So White has the ball. Yes. Pause it. When the opposition has the team, we get compact. We get together, right? And when we win the ball, what do we want?
Why?
Okay, we want width and depth, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So White has the ball, right? And it's about to turn over. Yes? Let's play. Okay, who has the ball?
Blue.
So should Eddie literally run as soon as someone gets the ball, like run wide?
You're combing your hair. Like, why? I don't have the time to.
Cause like the thing is like, how am I? If say he loses it, then they're on account.
Yeah, but look at numbers. What's around
You asked the question, when am I gonna have time to get what width and depth? The next 15 seconds that are gonna go by before the one clip that we watched. That's when. Well, what if we lose it? Well, that's football. Transition. Defensive transition, attacking transition. Defensive transition, attacking transition. No one's asking you to sprint. No one's saying like, hey, you better get there in 2 seconds, 2.7 seconds or whatever. That's not what's being asked. But you're not even, I mean, dude, you're grabbing your hair. So you can't give me the whole like, well, that doesn't work with me. Like, pay more attention. Like, I clearly know what's going on. You didn't realize that we were coming all the way back 20 seconds earlier, did you? Right? So like right here, you could be starting to drift. And then most importantly, because I do think there's validity to the part of like, well, what if we lose it? Okay. Does it look like he is under pressure? Does it look like he has control of the ball?
Yeah.
Right. So you need to evaluate, is possession secure? When possession is not secure, you don't go. So like right here earlier, like they were fighting and it looked like you guys might win the ball, stay put. Even when you win the ball, stay put. Now that we've clearly established possession, instead of this line, I should be like this, like drifting, right? Okay, go ahead. So if you're drifting this whole time, freeze it. Now we're to the part in question. So yeah, dude, you had a long time with a lot of established possession to at least be, let's say you're not out on the line. I mean, you're definitely here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or hopefully more like a little bit higher. And then if we're there, so like let's say that this clip started and you were, let's just even say closer to the starting position of where you should be. So you probably should be here, but let's just say here. Go ahead. Freeze it there. And this ball comes here. He's a long ways away from you. So you just gotta, what did I say earlier? Just a couple minutes ago? About attention span. Stay switched on, stay switched on, stay switched on, stay switched on, stay switched on. Like I'm watching and I'm switched on. Like I remember what happened well after we left it, right? It's because I'm not, my attention span is not going bang, 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 bang. Like I'm staying switched on. I'm trying to give you guys, you know, my undivided attention. You gotta give the game your undivided attention. You may as well. It's like, well, coach, I'm not gonna be a pro. It's like, fine. Don't you just wanna be as good as you can be? Sure. And like, you're out there, right? Like if you're gonna waste your time to go out there, you're gonna pay money, you're gonna go out there, you're gonna tie your laces, you're gonna do everything else. Your parents are gonna freaking spend gas, which is now $16 a gallon, whatever. You're gonna go out there, like yeah, then like you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself. Don't like do these things for yourselves, guys.
I'm also gonna add one thing to that, Eddie. You remember what I told you about the bounce pass and what the defenders want to do? I want to follow what? Well, listen, I'll go back for you. Right, so this is your guy that just pressed my center midfielder. If you're here where he says, you're creating a 2v1 with Ian.
Yeah.
The second you get that ball. Right? That's what I'm looking for right there. Is we play this ball, okay, your guy attracted to the ball, which is what, like Coach Safe said, is human nature, right? Go to the ball. If you're here, you're now creating a 2v1, you're creating an overload. And we're probably getting a cross off at a minimum. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like that's what he says, is just being switched on. Paying attention. And you gonna go for me to play safe?
Yeah. And the other thing I would say too is that like you were concerned with this pass here and like how you missed the pass, and that's fine. Always try and like when you guys think about your game, pause it because they're probably not listening. They're probably not able to listen and watch at the same time. All due respect to you guys. My guys sometimes can't do it either. When you think about your game, you think about like the things that you did well or the things that you didn't do well. Everybody does that, right? You think about like you're in the car or whatever, and you're thinking about the game. You're thinking about like, oh man, like I should have, you know, freaking, oh I had this chance, I should have scored. Yo, that was nasty when I did this. This is hard. This is really hard. But if your attention span is there, and it's constant, unlike the dotted line, it's a straight line. You'll remember. Stop talking about the things that you did and start talking about the 5 seconds before it. What were you doing the 5 seconds before you did that action? What put you in position to be in that particular place? If you were in a bad place, then think about the things that maybe you didn't do 5 seconds before that ended up like you being in a bad place. Or like I ended up being, you know, on the back post wide open. Why? Maybe because you realized nobody was back there and you drifted back there waiting for the cross early, and so like all of a sudden the ball comes to the back and everybody's like, you know, why isn't anybody marking him on the back post? And like the right back gets blamed. But maybe it was your brilliance for realizing that the right back was ball watching and had a poor body position and didn't see you, so you anticipated, and then 5 seconds later it comes and you score. Like think about the 5 seconds before you make an action. Stop worrying about the like, oh, that was a nice ball that I played or whatever. It's like you're playing soccer and you're congratulating yourself for doing something. Like that's insane to me. Like I can't figure that out. Like yeah, it's fun. You were playing indoor and like someone gets megged. It's pretty funny. But like we're out here watching and it's like, you know, it's like, man, I'm awesome. Look at that tackle I made or that pass I made. And it's like, that's like me sitting here being like, guys, I'm so detailed. I'm so smart. Like I can remember 20-second like clips at one time. Like, jeez, dude. No wonder I'm multiple coach of the year and have a big fat ring in my office. That's like me doing that. Is that fun? Not really. Who cares? Right? Like who cares? It's the job. You're just doing your job. Just do your job. There you go.
Stuck in on the
Get
wrong
stuck
guy.
in. Good.
I mean, I don't know how they didn't counter
Look at
that.
the shape of this back four.
It's atrocious. Been trying to work on it for a long time.
We don't
We're
the
so-
right wing now.
Yeah, we don't have people who talk.
Okay. Slide. Go. Don't let him turn. Tighter, tighter. Okay, go back. It's like I gave you, go back some more. I gave you a bunch of crap, so let me try and give you one good nugget. This is good.
Going past.
Yeah, 2v1, right? And you just hold your ground. Because you started to go and you were like, I'm gonna tackle the shit out of this guy. It's like, no, don't do that, stay. Like, because it's a 2v1. Because as soon as you leave this guy, what's this guy gonna do? He's gonna play the other guy that you left him behind.
Yeah.
Now watch what happens. Go ahead. It's like you're thinking about it, you're like, nope, let me drop off. And now he's like, it didn't work.
Yeah.
And now here you are, you're patient, your help comes, and then the only other thing I would do, see how tight you were back here? Stay that tight. Stay that tight, and then maybe he doesn't play such a good pass back. But like, that's good, that's smart.
It's mad. It wasn't Ian LA down the right wing, it was Rashad. Rashad left the passing lane. Ian's doing his job. I told him to go inside and block their midfield.
Alright.
So, Rashad let you down and not cutting the pass. You had a 4v3 in there, that ball should never get out. You gotta also remember Ian's not a right wing, right? He plays center mid. So I put him there, fucking sorry.